My name is Ana Carrasco, and I'm principal at Frida Kahlo High School. Well, I think my first response was, what is it? Really, you know, how does it fit in? And I think, how will our teachers respond to it, and would I have a teacher willing to actually have the program or carry the program forth through the year, and what would it mean for our kids?
Not perhaps that's justice. Civil courts to protect private property. Criminal courts to dominate the dominated. The freedom we talk about is freedom for
I think, you know, it came in at a very great time, because we were investigating concerns that students had in our Frida Kahlo community. One of the concerns was that students felt they weren't engaged in education. And so I think, and the request was that education should be fun. But by fun, they meant it should be engaged, it should have meaning. And I think that's what it's meant to our students. It's created some meaning in what they're learning.
When I first came, they were kind of laid back and they didn't yet trust me. And it took about a month before we actually got around to being able to exchange ideas freely. Just be my mirror. This is how we focus. This is how we get our team spirit.
In the beginning, I think there was silence. That was the response. There was no response, I think, because they were not used to it. It's almost like you had to pull it out of them.
Each other over the way some people dress. It takes up too much time and adds stress. People are afraid of what they don't know, so they tend to deliver low blow.
I think it's sparked curiosity. I think many students have gone beyond what they were learning and do research on their own. I think it's made students make connections between what's going on in present day history and really make history almost come to life, in other words, and see how history past has impacted the future, or how you can correlate or make connections between the past and the now.
Your freedom you talk about is freedom per capita.
I hope this program is a little contagious. I really do. I hope other students will be interested in coming in and really making that commitment. You know, and it is about making commitments. It's not just about being in a class like they're used to and doing the work and then getting a grade, but it's more of, I'm in the class, but I'm giving. I think, you know, many of our students have been turned off they haven't been successful in a regular educational setting with a regular classroom where everybody's learning at the same pace.
Part of me felt like, we're not going to do it, we're going to fail. And I even told you, we're not going to do it.
So I think this particular program has been so beneficial to our students because it provides a way for them to really engage in the curriculum.
The OUTLAWS and Justice program offers you like a new way to learn. Instead of reading from a textbook and just answering questions, it's basically different. We do hands-on, and we just learn by doing something we like.
And programs like this enable us to draw those jewels and those skills and those things that are hiding and lying dormant.
I think for our students created a way to express themselves, to ask questions, to be inquisitive, to see other sides of things, to be able to probe, to be able maybe to challenge a little bit and say, well, we don't agree with this.
I refuse to be like everybody else.
I refuse not to be who I really am.
I think what happens is that at first they feel like they can't do it, and then we rehearse, and I give direction, and then the breaking point, the tipping point is when they actually feel they can do it.
For example, Moises, who's very much interested in Indian culture, in his own culture. And he's been able to tie it, and many times he's brought in things that he's learned outside of this curriculum and brought it into the classroom. And I was there one particular day where he was talking about the traditions of the Indian tribes and how it relates. And so when they were talking about certain things in the text, he was able to bring what he learned, and it was almost like he became the teacher. We're, I think, a little bit shocked about the way of instruction by having the coach come in every Wednesday, the support, the amount of hands-on, and the voice that they had, that they were expected to have a voice in the classroom. I think that really created an excitement for the students.
But when I see you guys do this stuff, it blows that concept up because you're doing the work, not the teacher. And that's the power, keeps people like me you know, having some hope, because there is something really inside you guys, but it just has to be brought out.
Yeah. What I get from working with these kids at Frida Kahlo is that nothing is impossible.